Hi everyone, I am just working on a bar design in SketchUp. A lot of weird things hanging around weird places as I'm working on some options. I wanted to do a quick little video to show you how I handle doing different design options when I'm working in SketchUp without having to copy over my model or things like that. And I use tags for that. So you can see that I've got the tags palette open here and I've got the entity info palette open here as well. I don't actually need it quite so wide, and so that's all that I use. You can see here I've got a few different sort of like duplicate with different numbers on the end layer tags here, and that's basically how I control what I want to show and which options I'm looking at. So for example, for the bar overhead, I've got an option where this metal framed glazing detail comes down lower. So that's option number one. And then I've also got an option where that sits higher. I'm going to put some pendant lights in the front here. But what I want to have a look at now is the back bar and doing an option for the back bar. So what I'm going to do is I've actually selected it all and made a group of all the components on the back bar here. And before I do anything else, I'm going to copy that. So Command C, I'm going to copy it whilst it's untagged. That's going to make life a lot easier if you do that. And I'm just going to then come in here and do bar back option 1, create that layer, make sure that's still selected, and come in here and pop all of that, so that entire group goes onto bar back option 1. I'm going to deselect that and turn this off. I'm going to just change that one little and create bar back option 2, and I'm going to, you can't see it's not on your screen, but if you go to edit, paste in place, then that brings in that copied version, which you'll notice down here is still on its untagged layer. That's the reason why I suggest you copy it whilst it's untagged, whilst you haven't put it on a specific layer yet, because then that means you're not going to have any problems with copying something in that's on a tag that's turned off, because if you've already given it its tag. So we want KES bar back option 2, this is going to be. So I'm going to pop that on there. And so then you can see I can turn that on and off now too. And the reason I copied it is because I do want to use some of the elements, some of the verticals that I've already got in here. So I didn't want to have to mess around with copying individual components. I want to start from here as I'm actually creating this option. I am going to move these things out of the way because what I wanted to do was I want to cut the rounded end of these. I want to extend this over to this wall. I want to make, now I better check that these are not components. They aren't, so that's good. This is only, what, 40 mil thick. I'm going to drag that out and do it, I think maybe 150. Yeah, and I'm also going to move it away from the wall. This is sort of my reference picture. It may even be a little bit fat now, but they've sort of got the equally spaced. That's a little bit fat. Let's take it back down to about 100. I'm going to copy the shelf spacing here, and then I can tell which ones I've grabbed because it's shorter, and delete them out of there. I'm going to copy one of these to the middle, and I can reference constrain line from point. Do I have a middle reference? Somewhere, that must be it. There, so I've got a middle one, and I would like to work out what the center between there and there is, and I'm just, oops, yeah. At least that'll do for now. This is concept sort of ideas. So I'm going to reference off there, send it over that way, and that gives a different kind of look to the bar. Now if I have a look at this, those verticals are actually back further and the shelving projects out from that. So I'm going to have a play with what that might look like, and I can do it quite easily by backtracking those a little bit. Needs a bit of detail at the top and bottom, but I don't mind that idea. It's creating, and I come to, like, this is where you'd walk in. I need to turn off a couple of things. I'm working with bar, so I'm just going to delete those, and you can see it starts to sort everything out. I want to have a look at bar back option 1. I'm going to turn that off for a second. So that's how it looks. Do that again. With the overhead, if I turn off up to option 1, then that gives a completely different feel. So now I've got the different options I can talk about. Yeah, that's just a quick little video to show you how I look at doing organizing, being able to have multiple design options in the one model. Thanks guys, see you in the next one.